Hello everyone, my name is Diptesh Shah and I am a student of Indian Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli. Today I am going to discuss about the effects that NPAs have on the Indian banking sector. First of all, we need to know what an NPA is, what NPA stands for. NPA stands for non-performing assets. What are these non-performing assets? To get a clearer picture, we need to know how any commercial bank operates. In general, banks have access to the money deposited by the individuals like you and me in our current savings and fixed deposit accounts. Does this money lie idle in the bank? No. The banks use this money to lend out to corporates and individuals. The interest earned by lending out this money is the income of the bank. Since the loans are given out by the banks, these are assets of the banks. The loans that have been taken by the corporates and individuals have to be repaid, and this is usually done in EMIs or equated monthly installments. When the EMIs for a particular loan is not paid for a period of 90 consecutive days, the loan is said to have become a non-performing asset. In the pre-2008 era, the high economic growth of India was primarily funded by the debt to the corporates. This led to a high inflow of cash in the Indian economy, which gave rise to very high inflation. To control this high inflation, the Reserve Bank of India increased the repo rate. The repo rate is the rate at which the Reserve Bank of India lends money to the commercial banks. The repo rate in October 2008 was as high as 9%. Due to the increase in this repo rate, the loans become costlier as the interest rate that the commercial banks charges also increased along with the repo rate. Thus, the loans become costlier and the interest payments become higher. This led to a demand fall of these in loans, and as the downturn in economic growth unfolded, the level of NPAs increased and the asset quality review became imperative. In 2013, the credit growth reduced to only 15%, while the NPAs increased to as high as 40%. If we break this down, we see that a large portion of the stressed assets, the NPAs, lie with the public sector banks and not with the private sector banks. Moreover, these NPAs are highest among the sectors like infrastructure, textile and iron and steel, that is, the sectors which are capital intensive and labor intensive. Now, the NPAs are one of the most important factors that is used to assess the performance of the banking sector. NPAs have a very adverse effects on the banks. Why? Because they reduce the profits in the form of interests. Now, these interests are the main source of revenue generation for the banks, and this itself is reduced. Moreover, the bank's inability to recover and realize the assets result in the write-offs of those assets, which in turn leads to a decrease in their net assets. Banks have to allot provisions for these non-performing assets also, which again in turn reduces their funding lending capacity and makes them risk averse. All these factors impact the economic growth as there is less amount of money to capitalize on. The banks are unable to lend out less amount of money, and hence the economic growth of the country is also hampered. The non-repayment of the loans by existing borrowers prevents the banks from lending to new borrowers also. Due to the reduced availability of the money with the bank, this slows down the credit recycling process and reduces the size of the credit multiplier. Apart from these consequences, NPS impact the banking morale and the creditworthiness of the people, resulting in defaults by even the honest borrowers. Moreover, it results in the lowering of the deposit interest rates so that the bank is able to attract more and more deposits by individuals as well as corporates. But since the bank is unable to recover the amount, it has to charge a higher interest rate, higher lending rate to the corporates. Thus, the lending rates are increased, which discourages the genuine borrowers from seeking loans and thereby affecting the economic productivity. Even more so, the domestic businesses, that is the Indian businesses, find it very hard to survive in the environment where they have to pay very high interests, whereas their global competitors are furnishing the loans at very low rates. This results in negative balance of trade and large unemployment and social unrest in the country. These are the major factors that affect the banking sector. This is how the NPS affect the banking sector. Thank you.